Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Easy Chat English Podcast. I'm Amelia, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Ethan.
Hello. I'm so excited for today's episode. We're going to dive into one of my absolute favorite topics, street food.
That's right. We're going to talk all about street food, our personal experiences, favorite dishes, and even some tips for enjoying street food safely. Plus, we'll sprinkle in some useful vocabulary and expressions along the way.
So if you're a foodie, or just love trying new things when you travel, stay tuned.
Let's kick things off by talking about what exactly street food is. For those who might not be familiar, street food is usually inexpensive. Ready-to-eat food sold by vendors or cooks on the street or in public spaces. It's perfect for people who are on the go.
Exactly. And what I love about street food is how affordable it is. You can grab a bite and enjoy something delicious without spending too much money. It's such a huge part of the culture in many countries.
Oh, absolutely. Street vendors, or the people who sell this food, often specialize in local specialties, dishes that are popular or unique to that region. And let me tell you, they know how to pack flavor into a quick bite.
So true. My first real experience with street food was when I visited Thailand. The street markets there are just bursting with different aromas and flavors. I had something called pad thai, a stir-fried noodle dish that's a must-try in Thailand. It was freshly prepared right in front of me, and the vendor even asked if I wanted it spicy or not.
Oh, pad thai, that's definitely mouthwatering. I had something similar in Vietnam, a dish called banh mi, which is a type of sandwich filled with meats, veggies, and fresh herbs. So delicious.
Well, yes, let's talk about some of our favorite street food experiences. For me, one of the most memorable places was Mexico City. The street food scene there is incredible. I had tacos al pastor, grilled pork tacos with pineapple. The combination of flavors was something I'll never forget.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. I've heard tacos al pastor are a real crowd favorite there. For me, I think my favorite street food experience was in Japan. I tried takoyaki, these little fried balls of dough filled with octopus. They were so crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, bursting with flavor.
I've always wanted to try takoyaki. One thing I love about street food is that it's often tied to local festivals or events. In Japan, I know they sell takoyaki at festivals, so it's more than just food. It's part of the cultural experience.
Exactly. Street food is a great way to experience the sights, smells, and sounds of a new place. And let's not forget the atmosphere. Eating outside in a crowded marketplace with locals is such a unique experience.
It's an adventure for all the senses for sure.
Now, let's move on to some unique street foods we've encountered during our travels. I've had some pretty adventurous food over the years. One thing that stands out was in Seoul, South Korea. I tried hotteok, which is a type of filled pancake, often stuffed with brown sugar, honey, and nuts. It was this warm, gooey, sweet treat that I had never seen before. A real hidden gem.
That sounds incredible. For me, one of the most exotic flavors I've tried was balut in the Philippines. For those who don't know, balut is a fertilized duck egg that's boiled and eaten from the shell. It's definitely not for everyone, but I wanted to be adventurous.
Wow, that's definitely for the adventurous eater. I've heard balut is considered a delicacy there. It just goes to show how street food reflects a country's identity. Sometimes you get to try things you'd never see anywhere else.
Yes, exactly. Street food can be full of surprises. When you're traveling, you really need to be open to trying new things. Some of the best food I've had has been off the beaten path at small stalls or food trucks that I found by just wandering around.
Let's compare street food with restaurant food for a moment. They both have their pros and cons, right?
Absolutely. I think street food offers something that restaurant food can't always provide: authenticity. When you eat street food, you're getting a dish that's made by locals, often using traditional recipes. It feels very real and raw.
I agree. And let's not forget that street food is often made to order right in front of you, so it's incredibly fresh. Plus, it's a more casual dining experience. You can grab your food and keep exploring.
Not to mention, street food is usually a much more affordable alternative to restaurants, especially when you're traveling and want to save some money.
That's a great point. I remember when I was in India, I had pani puri from a street vendor for just a few rupees, and it was one of the best things I ate on my whole trip. If I'd gone to a fancy restaurant, I might not have had the same experience.
Now, street food is amazing, but it's important to know how to choose safe options. There are a few tips we've picked up over the years for enjoying street food without getting sick.
Definitely. First tip, always look for street vendors who are busy. If there's a long line, it's a good sign that the food is fresh and popular with locals.
Yes, and you should also make sure the food is cooked thoroughly. I usually avoid anything that's been sitting out for a while, especially meats. You want to see the vendor cooking the food right in front of you if possible.
Another great tip is to check for freshness. If you're ordering something with vegetables or fruits, make sure they look fresh and vibrant, not wilted or old.
And don't forget to ask locals for tips. Sometimes the best food isn't in the main tourist areas. It's hidden away in the local neighborhoods.
One of the things I love most about street food is how it reflects a country's culture. For example, when I was in Spain, I tried churros with hot chocolate. It's a simple dish, but it really represents Spain's love for sweet treats and social gatherings.
That's a great example. Street food is often a fusion of different culinary traditions, and you can see how cultures influence each other. In Singapore, I noticed the mix of Chinese, Indian, and Malay influences in the street food. It's like a delicious blend of all the best flavors.
Exactly. Street food is such a great way to learn about a culture's heritage. You get to taste recipes that have been passed down for generations, often using ingredients that are native to the region.
It's true. And street food can bring people together, whether it's a family gathering around a food stall or a group of friends sharing a meal at a local market.
Well, I think it's safe to say that we both absolutely love street food. It's affordable, authentic, and an incredible way to experience new cultures.
Definitely. Whether you're looking for a quick bite or a culinary adventure, street food has something for everyone.
And for all our listeners out there, next time you're traveling or even exploring your own city, don't hesitate to dive into the street food scene. You never know what hidden gems you might find.
Thanks for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned some new vocabulary along the way.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep eating, and keep learning English with us.
Bye for now.